everybody, and welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Brittany.
I'm Jonathan.
And this video is mostly going to be me because today I decided to watch this movie and he decided to take a nap. But this movie is going to be Better Watch Out. And this will go ahead and be spoiler free because, again, he didn't watch it, so I don't want to ruin anything for him. But this movie, this movie is awesome. We've actually had it sitting on the shelf for a while, and it was just one of those.
The one thing I'll say in this whole video is no joke. We bought this like 6 months ago, and the only reason we bought it, we happened to be at a Best Buy, and we glanced down at one of their little like shipper display things. It was 100% slipcover buy. It's like that. It looked cheesy. It looked like a cheesy horror movie, which is right up our alley.
Uh-huh.
You combine that with being cheap and a slipcover.
Right, and so it was sold. But yeah, so with that being said, you thinking it being a cheesy horror movie, it was not that at all. And that's exactly what I was expecting. I just wanted to put it on something that I haven't watched yet. And this movie is amazing. So, in front of me I have some names written down because I'm terrible with names. But the three characters you spend the most time with in this movie are Luke, Ashley, and Garrett. The girl looks familiar. I can't for the life of me remember what I have seen her in. The main character, Luke, he is from Peter Pan. And then the other boy, Garrett, he's actually from The Visit. If you haven't watched that movie's really fun. Nice. But yeah, so, I mean, it is a home invasion movie, but it takes a whole different twist, and I am grateful for that twist. Because that's really what made the movie for me. The acting in it is amazing. The boy who plays Luke from Peter Pan, he is very convincing in his role, and to the point it kind of creeped me out. And and Garrett, he's just, if you've watched The Visit, then you know he was very good in that role. So he was great in his role in this movie as well. But it's so hard to really talk about this movie because I don't want to spoil it. But if you enjoy home invasion movies, but you're wanting... I mean, if you enjoy home invasion movies, go ahead and watch this. If you enjoy slasher movies, go ahead and watch this. I mean, the kills in this movie are amazing. The story to this movie is amazing. It ends with somewhat of a cliffhanger, so I'm hoping that I get a second one out of this movie. I don't know if I will. I immediately hopped on my phone to see if there's talks of a second one. That's how good this movie was. So I hope you're getting excited because I will gladly watch this again tonight. That's how good this movie was. And, you know... I feel like it's going to be a new Christmas movie for me. That's how great this movie was. I mean, I just really don't know what else to say about this movie except for that if you haven't watched it, please do. I don't know if this even made it to theaters. I don't know if it did in certain areas. Little Rock, if there are certain movies that make it to theaters, but not in all areas. We're usually in the not those areas for those kind of movies. But I can't stress how much... this movie needs to be watched, and I'm really, really hoping for a second one or something from this movie because it was phenomenal. The twist, again, I feel like I need to do one with the spoilers because the twist is really what gets this movie going, but it's a great pace. It's only an hour and 30 minutes, I believe. And if I were going to rate this movie, I would give it a 9. I don't really honestly know what...
Out of 10.
Yeah, 9 out of 10. I really don't know what would be keeping me from giving it a 10. Maybe just me wanting to, go back and watch it, and then maybe I can confirm it as a 10. It really could be. But it just was such a fun movie, and I was really on the edge of my seat. And one thing I can say is I was cheering for the bad people in this movie. And that might be something I do a lot, kind of. I don't know. It wasn't so much that I didn't care about, the people who are getting hurt in this movie, but it was just more so I wanted to know more about the people hurting the people. And I feel like that is kind of something that's rare. Sometimes in those movies, you don't necessarily care about that, but this story was so interesting to me that I really kind of wanted the bad guy to succeed so I could find out more. I was just so caught off guard. I wanted them to keep going.
Yeah. Well, and I think that's something that's kind of a fine line, because I think especially in sequels, and like Sinister 2 comes to mind, is when you tell just enough that your audience is left wanting more.
Yeah.
And so like Sinister, you want to know more about that main guy, but then the second one, he's just everywhere, and then it's like, okay, you know, leaving a little mystery, leaving you kind of wanting more. You know, another bad example of this to me is Last Jedi. Force Awakens leaves me wanting to know more about Snoke, about Captain Phasma.
And you don't.
And then, well, we all know what happened in Last Jedi.
Right.
So it's cool in movies, even if you're not necessarily cheering for them, if the characters are written in a way to where, hey, I want to know their motivation and I want to know a little bit more about them.
Right, yeah, I didn't really care, for the fun to end in this movie, but it was really an awesome movie. Very excited about it. Glad I watched it, and like I said, I think it's going to be now a new Halloween movie, a new Christmas movie, and if he wants to watch it tonight, I'm happy to do so, because I just feel like he needs to watch it, because I'm really, really so excited about this. Like a movie that we really knew nothing about and, just got because it's a scary movie. Turned out to be a really awesome, scary movie. So, yeah.
And if you're, I would say us, but really it's me, and you're obsessed with how the packaging is on the movie, this comes with a killer slipcover.
Yeah.
But then it also comes with a pretty cool...
greetings.
Yeah, little greeting card.
Or holiday card. Right. And that, if you can't tell, it's a Christmas wreath made out of knives on the front.
With Christmas lights on it?
Yeah.
Awesome.
But yeah, it was amazing and so smart and so fun. So it wasn't even that it was just scary either. It was, it was just a really fun movie. And I wouldn't even say that it was necessarily scary. It kind of was that way in the beginning, and then you're just kind of more in the second half intrigued by the story of what's going on. So, in the first half, maybe a few jump scares. Second half, the story really gets going, and I think at that moment you're just more interested in what's happening and seeing the story played out in the second half. But it was a really fun movie too. So I would say that it wasn't anything that I would say is just too serious of a movie, but definitely a fun one that I highly recommend. Again, I gave it a 9, and I don't really know what's keeping it from being a 10. I think just because I'm so excited, but I'm like, maybe I need to watch it one more time. I am just coming off of watching it, so maybe I need to watch it again.
So maybe you're hyped up.
Yeah, I'm like, maybe I need to watch it one more time to seal the deal, and I might push this to a 10 for my liking and for my scary movie taste. And like I said, I want a second one, but then I'm also kind of at the same time, with the way my second movies have been going, and maybe okay with it not happening, because it did end at a good spot with a cliffhanger that you want more, but sometimes the want more isn't, executed correctly or in a way that you really are happy about when the first one's so good. So I'm kind of torn on it. Like, I want more of it, but I don't know at this rate if I do.
Yeah. Well, let us know what you think if you've seen it.
Yeah.
And leave below what you thought.
All right. Thank you, guys. Bye.